Right, it's Saturday morning, and is it morning? Yeah, just about 10 o'clock. God, like, I was meant to be on the yard today, and I had loads of stuff to do. I had loads of bits that I was like, I've not got anyone pecking my head today, so I can just relax and get all this stuff done on the yard. And yeah, woke up this morning, and it's just like chaos. I was trying to do invoices, I was trying to do the videos for YouTube. Rachel's sold some of the items at the house we've sold, so I've got to go now and, you know, meet 3-4 different people who are coming to pick up different bits. Whether they show up or not is another one. I've got to go, and then I've got to go to the yard. I've got to go to my auntie's and have a look at her roof. I've got to go to my flats because one of the handles on the doors has come off. And oh yeah, and then I was going to do something else at Western as well, but I've got to go to Chestnut and get some stuff for it. So my day's gone from, and I've got to go to the yard and take the moulds, break the moulds out before they go. I don't know if they can go too hard in the moulds, like if you just leave them in the mould for like a month, are you still able to break them out, or is it better to do them when they're like a bit moist still? So indicator. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. But last night, Laby messaged me, and he said, "Oh, are you in your house? I have a present for you." And I thought, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Not had that text before off actually I have, Peter. Piotr. He's done it before. It must be obviously more of a foreign thing than the UK. We're quite what's the word? I don't know. We're not as nice when it comes to bits like that, are we? In the UK. But Laby showed up at mine, and he brought a pizza, some chips, and a drink, and he bought me a present, which was the Quran. So after talking to him in the van the other day, he said to me, "I'm going to get you a present if you don't mind." And obviously that's what he meant. And he said in his family, his traditions, his religion, when you very first come to someone's house, you always bring food. So yeah, it was nice. And although I've got no plans myself to convert to one sec, actually here to pick up these stools. I've got no plans to convert. However, I will read the book because it's good to educate yourself, isn't it? I'm going to go in and get rid of these some stools, wardrobes, and I can't remember what else she sold now, but yeah. So here we are. We've got a few little bits left to go. I think we need to sell that actually. That one as well. If we don't sell them, we'll probably just donate them to charity, but there's a few bits getting picked up. These sofas are nice. I think I paid about 400 quid for them. And about 200 quid for the sofa in the back. But we had Craig out the other day doing, and we put a wash on, so that can go in the dryer now. Let me reconnect them. Oh, let me put them back in. We had Craig out who's come and when me and Ben done the cylinder, we got Craig, gas engineer, to come out and just refill everything and service it all again. Refill whatever he's done and put in it and stuff. And then yeah, just sad to see it go. That telly's going to go to the yard once we get the office up and running. Guitar, does anyone want a guitar? That sofa cost me about 200 quid, and I got it, and like I didn't even realise, but like it's like it's missing a cushion or something. So like they go together, and there's just like a gap either side. So I don't really know. I don't know what was going on with that, because it's the same material and stuff. I don't know. I literally do not know what's going on with that. I feel like it must have had like 2 little side cushions or something. But yeah, Oh, I haven't told you what's happened with this house. So we put it on the market, and one of the first people to view it was like, loved it and was like, we'll have it. And then they were back and forth, and then you'll see on one of the episodes, I'm on the phone to estate agents, and they said, look, we wanted 800 grand for it. I think it's worth at least that. It's an 8-bed mansion. Like, obviously, everything's working fine on it. It's all, you know, new extension, garden, driveway, like, you know, ticks every box. And this young couple, put an offer in of 790. And I said, look, we'll accept it, but do not be getting surveys done and trying to, you know, if you get a survey done on a house, like, they'll find something, because the surveyors, even if you go into a new build, what you're asking a surveyor to do, you're asking a surveyor to go in and put against their insurance that everything is perfect on the house. So they go in, and if they find, to be fair, they did come in and found this wall here that was damp, and you see, we'd made the mistake of, we injected it and obviously thought that, oh, that'll dry out and then it'll be fine. However, it wasn't damp, but it was still showing signs of it being damp, if that makes sense. So I just said, the surveyor said, well, the right thing to do is to knock all the plaster off, even though, because it's got wet, even when it dries out, because it's got wet, when it dries out, it'll still have salts and crystals in, and it could still cause whatever. So I was like, okay, fair enough. Knocked it all off, redone it, insulated it, bang, bang, bang. So stuff like that I'm happy to do, because that's right, you know what I mean? But we're not advertising this house as a new build. So I said to him, get a survey done, anything like, you know, bits and bobs that we can do, that. So they said that, and then they said about there was signs of woodworm in the joist underneath the boiler and stuff. So I was like, okay, we redone that floor. And then that was it. We didn't hear from them for ages, and they kept getting other surveys done. So they had, obviously, the damp specialist to come out, who you seen on the channel, and he said, look, yeah, he said, everything's fine, it's just a normal basement. We've had stuff in that basement for over a year, and it's been fine. It's never got wet, never flooded. It's just obviously cold and damp looking like basement. It's never flooded at all, because I've had like electric tools on the floor there for a year. So we were due to complete before Christmas, and the buyers come back and said they've had surveys done, and the damp fella has recommended fitting a pump in the basement. And I was like, just in case it floods. And I was like, well, you wouldn't recommend that, because that's only if you want to make it habitable, or like that basement can sort of flood now. There's nothing in it that's thinking that, but it never has. And we've had some of the worst, obviously, weather that we've had this year. But anyway, they were like, oh, so, you know, we've been quoted 20 grand to fit a pump in the basement. And I was thinking, we were gonna actually do the basement out. But what happens with these things is that people will get surveys done, then ask for money off the house, which I only think that works if you're buying the house and they say there's damp. So when you buy a house, you don't expect to have damp. So like that should be rectified at a cost of the owner, say. But if you go in and say, well, the original roof is the original roof, and there's no leaks, there's nothing up with it, but you're putting an offer in on that house, and then you turn around, which is what these have done, and they've got roofers out and asked roofers for a price to redo the roof, and they've come back at 20 grand, and they've then said, right, well, we want 20 grand off the price. And I've said, well, hold on, how does that work? Because if we were to put a new roof on the house, it'd be worth more than 20 grand. It'd be worth more money, not 20 grand and you get a new roof.
Is this bad timing?
No, come on. I was just meeting Rachel here, or Rachel sold some of the other stuff to her. Are you right?
Aye.
To go as well, so good timing. I can help you move anything if you want.
So, hold on then.
But I was
Use this card.
referencing it to buying a used car. So it's like buying a used car. Actually, Phil come up with this analogy. So buying a used car and going, oh right, you know, it's 10 years old, this car, and going, oh, you know, the wheels need new tyres. So I want brand new tyres on it, but I want to pay the same price as what I was paying for the old car. So you've advertised it's sold for how it is, but I want to renew all the panels, all the wheels, all the steering wheel, all the seats. I want them all to be brand new, because obviously they could go wrong in the future. And when you say it like that, it's like, well, you're not paying a full price for a car. You're buying it second hand, but with on YouTube.
Oh, right, sorry, love.
You're not used to it by now.
No, I just can't cope with it. Have you said that?
I don't know what she's done, to be fair. I need to ask her. But yeah, so like they were asking for 20 grand off for a new roof, and I was like, but the roof's fine, there's nothing up with it. And they've got roofers out who've come and looked at it and gone, well, it's the original roof, it hasn't got felt, and you know, at some point the slates will fail. They'll have like nail fatigue and stuff like that. And like, that's fair, yeah, but like at the moment you're buying a house that's got no leaks, the roof's fine. Like, you can't ask for 20 grand off to put a new roof on the house, because if we then put it back up for sale with a new roof, it'd be worth more, not worth less. So that bit was a bit. However, they wanted money off basically, and I do you know what? I knew when they come round and viewed it. That's why when I accepted their offer, I said, don't be doing that. And they've done exactly what I said they were going to do. And maybe next time we just know that people are going to do that. So you just maybe say, no, 800, and then wait for them to do surveys and ask for money off. But yeah, so we've gone back. The owners were actually saying, well, look, you know, should we just take 10 grand each, take a hit? And I was like, no, let's go back and say, you know, 10 grand off, which is still 10 grand, isn't it? But it's 5 grand each between me and them. And they've come back and accepted that, which I don't know why they wouldn't accept it, because they've basically just moaned and got 10 grand off. And now they're going to pay 20 grand, say, for a new roof. We could drive past in a few years and they've got the same roof on, and they've just knocked 10 grand off, which, you know, could very well happen. But, you know, you do want them to be happy. Obviously, I understand they're buying this for the forever home, so they are looking at the roof thinking, well, that is the original roof, although there's nothing up with it now. But for me, that's sort of their decision, not... Like, right now, that roof is fine. Loads of the houses in the street have got the original roofs. It doesn't mean that when you sell a house, you have to redo the roof. But anyway, I'm just going to help my mum and her friends lift some of this furniture that they want. And hopefully I'll be able to get something done today. And while I'm here, I'm doing washing. So we've done 2 washers. They're now in the dryer, and then we've got all bedding and towels and stuff. Builder / cleaner. Oh, and to update you all on the operator's license. So they've come back and said that it's going to go to a public inquiry, because what I believe happens is that they put it out there. If no one objects, then, you know, you get it. However, people have objected. So the traffic commissioners looked at it and gone, okay, well, having read your objections, like, your objections are X, Y, and Z. These, like, provisions should answer your objections. So then he puts them into a letter to the people who've objected to say, right, you're worried about him reversing. He's going to drive in and out in first gear, so that should answer that problem. You're worried about this and that, and he's saying that's nothing to do with the traffic commissioner. You're worried about, you know, big lorries coming down and causing potholes in the street. Well, it's actually a 7.5 ton truck, so that answers that. So then he sends that back to the people who've objected, and hopefully they turn around and go, oh, okay, yeah, you know, that's a compromise. Yeah, we understand that. However, it sounds like the objections he's had and the ones I've read are just like, as you can imagine, they're just like made up. Just say whatever we can to get this. Yeah, just pass the key, it's all right.
I'll just pass the key.
And
Right, thank you.
it doesn't matter what you come up with. I think even if the traffic commissioner went back and said, okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to let him have a 3.5 ton tipper, they'd probably object, not realising that I've already got 2 or 4 vans 3.5 ton, and that you don't need permission for that, but they'd probably still object. So it's gone to a public inquiry. So I've never obviously done one or researched or anything, but it sounds like we just meet either online or in person and listen to the objections and go through it. Like me, the people who've objected, and the traffic commissioner, which is mad, isn't it? But obviously that's what it sounds like. I don't know. If anyone's been to one or knows more about it, let me know, because yeah, I don't know. It seems a bit of a mad one. And then I've also had an update on the land to the side of the yard. So when I bought the yard, the land had been, the fence had been moved to where it was originally. Or there wasn't a fence originally, and then obviously they put one up. However, the land I own is sort of in the neighbour's garden. So went through all the legal things for that, and it's gone to, it's now going to go to a tribunal in Land Registry, because they've applied for adverse possession. I've sent off the information to show that that I believe it's not adverse possession, that, you know, they don't own it. And so there's been enough information provided both sides for it to go to a tribunal. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but we'll see. Yeah, it's been a long, stressful month, but hopefully it'll all be worth it in the end. So, right, I'm going to start carrying some of this furniture down from the very top loft, so that if someone does come and buy it or we have to move it, it's not a big of a job while I'm waiting for whoever else is coming, if they do. Rachel's just rang and said that one of them's not coming now, so I think it's just a wardrobe that's getting picked up now. Hopefully they come and I'm not just stood here waiting. I am finally on the yard, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this, knock that one out, and knock this one out as well. So, has it dried? Yeah, that's hard. So, and then whether I can be bothered doing a mix and filling this one up. Yeah. If I've got some, maybe. I'm trying to think how much sand that is. How many wheelbarrows is that? It's about 10 wheelbarrows, isn't it? Whether I do that, fill it up, and then that one's done. So what I don't want to do is leave it in the mould too long, that it becomes sort of useless. But my main job today was to spray these containers and spray these trailers and get the windows in, because that should be the main bit. Alright, let me try and flip this and get this out, see if it comes out a bit easy with the oil in it. Right, I've flipped that over and you can see the detail that's gone into like the structural supports underneath to stop it sagging. Now I might try and lift it up a little bit and then try and tap it and see if we can get that out. Will it come out? That's off the deck. Oh, I've got a side there, look. That's coming out, isn't it? And then if I go and tap them corners now. There's me rubber mallet. Or a mallet. Or me when you can hear that noise, it means it's hollow, doesn't it? I think that's out. Right, lift that up now. I don't know if I'm whacking it. Whacking it back in up. Hey, there we go. So, what's boss about this? Ah, no way. You bugger, yeah. What are we doing wrong with these then? That's not what we want, is it? I was just about to say what was boss about the way the company have made these is like, as you tip it up, it just naturally goes back to its thingied state. Oh, it's good the way 2 of the things have come out. Oh, it's so annoying. What have we done wrong here? Are we just not leaving them long enough, do you think? Maybe. Right, few things. One, obviously it's cracked. That one sounds. This one's stuck in, but I'm hoping with a bit of. I'm hoping that'll come out. And that one, we've knocked the pin over as we've been pouring it, look. So I remember the fella telling us that on there. So at the moment, you know, we can buy these for 150 quid and it's costing me more than that just to make one. That's if everything goes well. So I think maybe just accept defeat and order them. But looking at the size of these, we've got 20 of these coming to go along the front on Wednesday, so I need to try and prepare for that. So it's whether I'm going to break this one out now, because it's rock hard as well. I can't believe that's. I don't know whether I should have left this one for like a week, or I just thought, oh yeah, we've used the right amount of cement in that it'd be okay. And then I'm thinking, like, what do I do with these now? Like, it's got rebar in it as well, so I'm going to go and get the forklift, see if I can pick this up or not. I'll just get in, prop it, see if we can get something in it. And if we can lay it down somewhere and, you know, use it as is, we will do. Maybe put it underneath some of the racking or something like that. We'll see if it's not wasted. So I've just managed to chip this one out, and you can see that we've knocked that one over as well. And now there's all cement in here, so let's try and get that out. So imagine if I did leave this for a week, I'd come back and, well, oh well. So I've got a visitor at the yard.
Morning.
What have you come for?
Little spray gun today.
Spray gun.
Mine's
I
faulty.
didn't realise you used to be a decorator.
Yeah, until
So you started
2017, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you got into property.
Gone to property and left the tools behind, or the brushes as they say.
The brushes, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've got loads of sprayers. However, this one's stopped working. But you just need the nozzle, don't you?
Need the handheld, yeah.
So just take it all, because, like I say, you don't know whether that bit might not fit your hose, and then you'll be ringing me going, how can I come back and
They're generally like a one size, but it's just the trigger bit I need. And we've got a nice little sprayer at home. That one's seen a bit of work, hasn't it? That one.
Well, it's probably not, you know, it's probably 2 jobs that, but the lads just haven't cleaned it.
You meant to put like a towel over them before you start spraying.
Oh,
like
there you go. Top tip.
A sheet or a dust sheet, or put it in a different room.
It makes sense. I mean,
Never
we
a bad idea.
only spray emulsion, so that'll wipe off. But
Chisel
it's
off.
just chisel off probably. Yeah. And how long have you been doing property then?
Since 2018.
And
Yeah.
you love it?
Yeah, it's pretty much changed everything really.
Yeah.
It's got us on the map with the HMOs in Liverpool. We did a big HMO to start with, and then people started approaching us about doing management for their HMOs, and we've just taken off with the letting agency as well. Now
So what's it called?
Live Liverpool Limited.
Live Liverpool Limited,
So
that sort of thing.
H-
And you just started the YouTube channel, haven't you?
Yep, just started Property Addicts, which is our journey now as we get into developments. So we've got 2 developments we bought, and we're at the early stage of the planning with both. So they're just in. One's just up the road in Mossley Hill, and the other one's up north in Milnthorpe, just outside
Who's that?
just Cumbria on the edge of the lakes. Yeah, so we've got a hotel to resi conversion there. So it's all go, and then.
So if you want to see Ashley go through all the stresses that I've gone through with planning, hopefully yours is smoother than mine.
Yeah, ours are so
What's
far.
your YouTube channel called?
It's called Property Addicts.
Property Addicts.
Yeah, so that's our place, and we just started homeschooling our 5-year-old as well, who's pretty active. So be able to watch what we how life changes.
Bit of everything.
With that. Bit of everything. Yeah, it's a bit of everything. It's a fly in the wall. It's our life. It's a landing page.
Personable.
Personable. It's a landing page for investors to see directly into our business. It's a landing page for landlords to see what we do and discuss property management. And
it's not always as easy as people think, is it?
No, it's the hardest thing you probably do, but it's definitely it's definitely given us the most time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've got no time.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're on the tools.
Yeah. Trying to do everything. I'm thinking work hard for 10 years and then
be bored for the rest of your life.
Hopefully it'll pay.
It doesn't work that way, does it?
Hopefully it'll pay.
When you're a grafter, you've got something to do, and you need to keep going, don't you?
Or maybe I'm an addict.
Maybe I think you are a property addict, yeah.
To grafting, yeah.
Yeah. So.
But no, yeah. I'll put a link in our description, and I'll put a little thing here now for your YouTube channel because it's good. I've watched the first one. You're on. What you say? You're just about to do the third one.
The third one's just being filmed, so that's going out. Yeah, but it's
So you're early doors. If you want to, those who started watching us from the start and then have enjoyed watching us grow, you'll enjoy it more if obviously you get in early, I think, and see.
But a really good success story from the channel, from the word go, was my wife went to a health appointment at Spire, Greenbank Road.
Yeah.
And over the road, we did some filming in the park. So we did me talking to the camera part was filmed in the sort of little secret garden bit on Greenbank Park. It was this lovely day. I was trying to film this episode, and there was these tree surgeons chopping down these trees on the other side by the lake. And it was murder getting it all filmed because you had to do it between cuts. But I did this part in the park, and this the doctor who my wife went to see, he said, what do you do? And she said, property development, do lettings. I said, I've got a sum of money in the bank burning a hole in my pocket. Do you reckon I could invest it with you?
Yeah.
Next minute, he's Googled us, seen Property Addicts on YouTube, watched the first episode, Greenbank Park, his surgery over the road. He likes going and walking the park. It's just another way of kind of communicating and sort of building that rapport with people, which is exactly why I started the channel. I wanted to make it like a landing page for investors to see us and make sure that they were kind of happy to, because you don't know who you're investing with half the time.
Yeah.
If you're a new investor and you like somebody, you get on well, you have a coffee, you kind of want to see what life looks like.
So you've got an investor off that?
Yeah, I got 100 grand off it.
Oh, boss.
Yeah.
Because I always say to people, whatever you're doing, whatever industry you're in, whatever business, if you're self-employed, whatever, if you're a nice person, if you're a normal person, put yourself out there because it'll come true basically. And I'm hoping that's what will happen with ours, that people will see, because time is the answer for everything. Yeah. Obviously the neighbours here think that I'm up to all sorts, however time will show. So if you are, if you think you're a genuine person and you're being genuine and it comes across I'd always say, go for it, start social media. And I think mostly it's been like 99% good.
Yeah. Well received.
Yeah,
it's well received by most people, isn't it? People like the sort of, this is what I'm doing, the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, and the hurdles, and people buy into that.
And telly's boring now, isn't it?
Telly's awful, isn't it? Yeah.
No, loads of people who don't watch telly, they just watch YouTube.
I just watch YouTube, yeah. We've got Amazon Prime and YouTube at home, yeah.
We'll get on Ashley's channel and see his journey as well. Mm-hmm. And we've just seen another thing that we've spoke about, which I can't say now, but I will eventually.
It's amazing, isn't it, when you just have a conversation with somebody about your ideas.
Literally,
and things.
He put online about needing a spray nozzle, and I was like, yeah, I've got loads of them. Pop down the yard, and then another business venture that you're thinking of starting that I can potentially help out with. So,
Amazing.
you know, fate, put yourself out there.
Yep.
So I've got another visitor. Ronnie's come to, you were coming to help me well back, weren't you? But what's happened is we've tried to push that over, but because it's got concrete in the bottom and not the top, it's bottom heavy, so it doesn't want to tip over. But we are going to crack this open now. 2 ends, I think. That side, isn't it? It should be 2 L's.
Oh yeah, 2 L's.
It might not even need it. That one, I did. Yeah, we've oiled it up, yeah. We did this time, mate. What do you reckon it'll come off like?
Yeah, go for it.
It's come off, really. I mean, this one shouldn't bloody crack, should it? Come. Let's do the other side and see if it cracks open. So we've managed to
I bet you were boss on the beach as a kid, weren't you?
try and pull it out because it won't tilt up because of them. So I've got to clear them bits. And then try and slide that side out with this one. We worked out though, Ron, that for what we were paying for the sand and cement, the cheaper to buy. Try and pull that corner out with us. Oh, they made up with that. Look at that, because we poked it. Oh no! We've knocked the pin. Oh, you b****.
Well, that won't kill that.
Nah, the pin. You keep knocking it.
What's this here?
So the pin's gone. So there should be a pin sticking out there that we pick it up with.
I see what you're saying.
But we keep knocking them, so it should look like this one, Ron. It should look like that. And then I've got a clamp that goes under like that, look, and picks it up.
Okay.
But it's knocked in the bloody cement when we've been like barrowing it in.
How many do you need?
So we need
Are these 1500s?
1600. We need how many do we need? It's 32 of them to do 1 row. And I might need 3 rows.
64.
But we just knocked out the gap for the forklift, so there's some of the inserts that we've got with it. And there we go. Look at that, nice smooth. And lifts out, doesn't it? Boss, that one's a success. So the slab, I don't know, this and the slab have been a success. This and the Lego block have been a success. The slab's a bit more, I don't really know what's going on with that, to be honest. I don't know if I've just got to leave it for a week, you know, for it to fully cure. But let me see if I can, how am I going to lift this now? So because that lifting eye's gone, that's killed me a bit. Or where's it actually gone? Is it just must have just totally fell out, mustn't it?
What's that?
Maybe when we've poked it.
What's that on there?
No, that's the magnet.
So what's inside there?
Oh, that's just cement. Yeah, I'll chisel that out.
Does it come out too? If you put that
Not, yeah, watch out, look. That comes off.
I didn't know that.
It's strong, like. So the pin sits in there in a rubber and sticks out, and you put it where you want. So here, I was meant to look, but I was just come with me chains now. Go like that, and it just lifts this up. It lifts 2.5. Yeah, I'll show you them, they're mad. Hey, 2.5 ton. How mad's that?
Mushroom fitting in it.
2.5 ton.
They're going that way.
I can't. What does a metre of concrete weigh? I have to Google that. I can't remember what a metre of a concrete weighs. We've got another visitor. That's the day of visitors today. How you doing?
Good.
So you selling? Yeah, do you want to sell some
Yeah, if anyone wants any boiler cover or white goods repair plans, get on me.
Well, how much is it? Dependent.
Depends on, yeah, gotta get the make and model numbers and
Is it?
that. Yeah,
So is it specific to each one?
everyone's different price, yeah, with the age and stuff.
What is it roughly?
For a washing machine, about £6.
A month?
Yeah,
For one washing machine?
yeah.
And then it's just how much you want to...
Yeah, or a boiler can be like £28 for a gold plan.
Yeah.
Some limited call outs and repairs.
So anything goes wrong with it, you just come out?
Yeah. And then the bronze plan's £14. That's just the service once a year. You've got to pay towards parts and that.
There you go.
Yeah, get on me.
And you didn't have a clue what this looked like, did you?
No.
It's a mess, isn't it?
No.
It is a mess. That's a good job we have got the fences up, because if everyone was driving past seeing this, they'd be thinking...
Yeah. More private now.
It'd be... I'd probably have a lot more complaints.
Yeah,
Do you still speak to Jack?
Yeah. We was in mine the other day, we were doing some flooring in mine.
Oh, nice. I seen the picture of yours. It looks good. Little before and afters.
Yeah. We'll start getting them all the reveals in now. It's finally pretty much finished.
Boss. Right. Well, Friday, Christmas night out.
Is it?
Yeah. I'll text. I need to text. I need to text everyone now. Actually, I haven't got much notice of me. We only decided it the other day, to be fair.
Yeah.
So if you're free, lad, Friday.
Yeah,
I think we're going to be the Brook House. I can say that because by the time I edit this, it won't. Friday, that's like loads of people turning up to the Brook House, either looking for a free drink or with pitchforks.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to tidy up the yard in preparation for these slabs coming. However, I've realised that like that now these are in the way, and I'm thinking, I just need to like do a mix and get rid of them. However, we can't do a mix until Sunday because it's 2 o'clock on a Saturday now. You're not allowed to make noise. So Monday, but we can only do one mix Monday. And maybe, no, because the moulds wouldn't break in time, would they? So we had to give that. That was 2 days. I've just had a faff, so it was hard work trying to move this. I mean, you don't realise how heavy stuff is, and when you come into like commercial stuff, everything's just dead heavy. It's dead hard to move. You need machines to move it. And then it's just took me ages. I've just, done the damage to this. My beautiful concrete Lego block just to get it up onto its the way it's meant to be. So I had to like scratch underneath. I got this underneath. Then I got that underneath. Then I got the forks in, and then I could lift it up. And then I've just had to drop it down onto that and then lift it up and rock it onto the front. But now I can get my forks in it properly and lift it. So I just need to get this out the way, really. What I found with this is that like it's all right saying look and going, oh yeah, you've got all this space, but then you need space for the forklift to turn. So you need like from there to there just to be able to turn and pull stuff out and move. But at least I can get this Lego block back there. But now I'm thinking I need to get these metal trays over here ready for these to pour this on. But I need to lift that up to be able to do it. So yeah, I'm stuck. There's just too much to do, not enough time, not enough people. But we'll get there. Just trying to think of the best way of doing things now. So at least come, to be fair, it's coming on a high-ab, so the high-ab might be able to move all this stuff out the way for me. If the driver's sound, that is. Yeah. So I just need to, obviously this trailer, I need a high-ab to be able to turn onto the yard. So, this trailer can go, get towed out, and I'll put it outside mine, connected to one of the vans. And then he should be able to get in then, hopefully, without any others getting moved. I'll just have to see, yeah. Hopefully that's enough for him to come in and manoeuvre back. If not, we'll just pull 2 of these trailers out as well. Whatever needs be, we'll do. So we need to clear all these. So in my head, it makes sense to just clear them by using them, but I just haven't got time and money and manpower to do it. So you can reverse in here and then start at the hut and come this way with the flags. At least once we've got these flags down, but I've got to scrape all this away first, because obviously it's too high at the moment, so we've got to scrape it away, whack it, but the digger and the whacker are now in my sister's. Oh, I thought like taking them there would be good because it'd get them off the yard out the way, and now I realise that I need them. So annoying, but we'll soldier on, and yeah, I think once I get a row of flags in, I'll start to feel like we're nearly there. And obviously with this completion date set for the house that we're selling, I can commit and buy another row and get those delivered on like a 60-day credit. So yeah, it might be worth doing that. And then it's just what I do with these. So I was planning to just put them down and obviously cement in between them, like get them, but it's just, I can't move them. I literally can't move them into place. Might have to get the digger and move them, but now I need to move that to scrape this to go that it's level with the gate once obviously these flags come. So it's hard, isn't it? So I need to go and get me digger. I need to move all these, which I can. I'll just have to move stuff around with the forklift. Come on. Right, what I've decided to do is, you might notice the mixer's over here now. I was going to wait until I had 2 Lego blocks and then lift the mixer onto 2 Lego blocks. However, just you know what? Someone's spilt paint here. I've just bloody walked in it. Left like a tub of paint, just like ready to tip over. But I realised that even if I poured one Monday, we'd have to break it out Tuesday, and there'd be a risk that it wouldn't be set properly, and then we wouldn't have it for Wednesday. Wouldn't be able to do anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my CCTV blocks. So I'm going to put these 2 here now, and then I'm going to lift the mixer back on, and then that way the mixer will be higher than the Lego block, and then I can put the metal sheets down underneath, put the Lego block in front of it, and that way we can mix and it just drops straight in. Or I can't put the Lego block in front of it yet. We'll have to use the forklift to put the mix in, then pick the Lego block up and put it underneath, and then let it set. And yeah, I'll give up on floor slabs for now. We haven't got time. If I laid one of them now, we haven't got time for that to set and pull out, because that had 2 days and it still broke. Although it didn't have reinforcement mesh in, so maybe we did have a look. We put fibres in this one with the right amount of cement, so we are experimenting. So I think it needs rebar, fibres, and like a week to dry. That's what we're going to try next. And we've got to be very careful with the pins to make sure we don't knock them. I'm wondering whether there's a way I can get the tray to fit in underneath the mixer a bit more. So if I put the Lego blocks that way, say, and I can maybe pinch like another, rather than the steel hitting there, I can get it to like here maybe, and then that way it'll be pouring into the middle of the no, I think that's a bit adventurous, isn't it? Yeah, never mind. Right, let's get this and the mixer back on. And the other bit I've got to mention is that previously we had this mixer just obviously here. We didn't properly level the ground, say, and if anything it was tilting backwards. But what that meant was that when we were doing the mixers, when we were clearing it out, the mix wanted to stay at the back of the mixer rather than the front. So what I want to do this time is have the back slightly higher, so that as we're mixing we go like that, and this happens. So as it's clearing out now, you can see everything wants to go to the front and the exit. It'll just make it easier jet washing it out. So that is what I'm doing now. I'm just going to pickaxe the floor, because the floor's rock hard now, and then I'm going to spread it out so that it's slightly higher at the back than the front, and that way when we put the Lego block down it'll tilt slightly forward. Right, so the Lego block is 800 high, and boom, got 2 big concrete pads, and that's where 800 finishes, so it should drop in nice. So what I've got to do now is level this floor. So pickaxe and level all this, get the 2 metal sheets down, and that way come Monday we could throw a mix on dead quick. Forklift, bang, get it mixing, and then as soon as it's done, just open up and just fill that. So we know that takes 2 bags. Yeah. Is it 2 bags? Yeah. So we can put 2 bulk bags in, and that'll just fill that one up straight away. Right, let me do that now, level the ground, get these sheets over. Right, this, and then I'm going home. I'm just tacking on, because they don't have to be like structure or anything, these. I'm just tacking on these bits we got cut by Alexander Steel for the forklift. So before I forget and pour this mould and then go, you know, we don't want to end up with what we had here, where obviously we've got no way of lifting it. So if we want to leave two little channels there that the forks will fit through. So we've had them cut. I'm just going to tack them on now, just so I don't forget, because I know what'll happen. I'll get too busy. I'll come in, pour that, and then afterwards I'll go, I forgot to bloody put those bits in. But yeah, we are getting there. Look at that. So the only other thing I was thinking of welding was some like a U section here and there and on that side, so that it still creates the L when you break it off, but we can get the forks in there and like lift it over to there, and then when it's set, when the concrete's set, we can lift it up with that as well, because these will actually hold the concrete slab in place. But I had 2 more little bits here. I suppose I could try and like plasma cutter them and get 2 bits there. Or if I just cut, no, I don't really want to. I would have to cut them into like 4 or cut them in half, but then if I cut them in half, they'll stick out. They'll stick out too much, because I don't want them overhanging here really. Or they could do. I mean, I could just cut them in half and do the 2. Oh, maybe I have a go with that with the plasma cutter, but not now, because I've got to go to my auntie's and have a look at her roof before it goes dark. So a job for another day, Monday maybe. That's it for Saturday on the yard, and I hope that you are all enjoying obviously the 4 processes I've got to go through in trying to design the moulds and trying to make it as efficient as possible so that we can actually use the moulds rather than buying them in. However, we'll just have to see. I mean, the one thing I do think with these videos, because I've been so far behind editing and catching up, everyone's got so many good recommendations and useful tips and contacts and, you know, links for all stuff like that. People send me stuff all the time, which is great. So I need to catch up with these videos, because people will be able to send me stuff that I'll then be like, oh yeah, well I'll do that, or I'll use that. So I hope you are enjoying obviously the content on the yard, and I feel like it is going to get there when this house next sells. It will sort of push on and we'll be able to excel with things. So yeah, please carry on sending me your comments and suggestions. Not one of them doesn't go unnoticed, and even if it's something that we've gone over before, I'll still obviously message back and reply. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's been really useful. So yeah, please do comment, and if you haven't already and you've got this far in the video, please do subscribe.